Remember the guy that hates front lawns and nature strips?
Call them green deserts.
Well, 24-year-old ecologist Clancy also feels quite strongly about other types of garden plants.
I hate invasive plants that people can readily buy from commercial retailers.
Specifically, Clancy says he wants to ban agapanthus and English ivy.
And while both are pretty popular for looking pretty, both can also become invasive weeds, which is essentially anything that grows in an ecosystem where it wasn't previously there. Also, Clancy is behind me checking if all the plants pass the native vibe check.
Yeah, that looks like that, right?
Yeah, and is this one good?
No, it's an invasive plant from Asia. And then would you look right here? This is where it's escaped from its own garden bed and gone underneath. And this is a classic example of how invasive plants escape our gardens.
These invasive things which are better at competing for nutrients, they outcompete everything around them. And then those natives sort of just go back into the seed bank or they just get outcompeted completely.
And 3/4 of listed invasive weeds in Australia come from garden plants, while the government spends $4.3 billion every year managing these invasive weeds.
Clancy says unknowingly buying plants that could become invasive weeds is pretty understandable. That's why Clancy reckons they should be banned altogether.
We shouldn't need to have a degree in botany to know what's going to be an invasive, terrible weed in our gardens versus something that looks pretty.
The Invasive Species Council agrees with Clancy that the government should do more to regulate the nursery industry, which is mostly self-regulated. The body that represents commercial planters says regulation isn't needed, with nurseries having access to a database which includes information on plants. Clancy says for now, his biggest recommendation is shopping at Indigenous plant nurseries.
People love agapanthus for whatever reason. I hate them.
They're really your biggest enemy.
Yeah, they're biggest op. But there's native alternatives. So look up Dianella or
Okay.
native flax lily. Very similar grassy structure and then also has beautiful purple flowers.